Hi, I'm Luckhod. This battle report will be eCaine versus eMorvahna. The scenario is Incursion. Circle won the roll off to go first and deployed Morvahna centrally with a Gorax, black clad to the side of that, and two stalkers, one on each side. The unit of skinwalkers are on the right, the unit of wolf riders are on the left, blood trackers in the centre with UA, and a gallows grove on each flank. So I'm running eCaine with the Sentinel. I usually run him with Old Rowdy, but for the last few games I've dropped Old Rowdy in favour of a Sentinel, Rupert, and Victor Pendrake. So my total list is the Sentinel on the left with eCaine, Victor Pendrake and Tarian, and Reinhold and the Squire all hanging out behind him, as is a journeyman Warcaster and Rupert. You've got gun mages with UA next to them, with Alexia and the Risen hanging out behind, then the Black 13th, then Boomhowler and Co, and then advanced deployed up ahead, Rangers and E-Iris. Not actually pictured in this shot is an Iron Hull. I forgot to deploy them. You'll see them magically appear in about a turn. For terrain, we've got hills on the right and left, forest centrally, but on my side of the board, a patch of shallow water, and then a wall on the circle side, and the rocky brown section on the right of my side of the board is actually an obstruction. So the circle blood trackers have selected the Rangers as their prey, and the Wolf Riders have selected the Sentinel as their prey. Circle turn 1, everything runs up. Both Stalkers walk the prowl. Morvahna casts Fog of War and puts Carnivore up on the Skinwalkers on the right. Everything just moves forward. So Signar turn 1. The Journeyman casts Arcane Shield on the Sentinel, which moves up. The gun mages and the rangers move up a little bit. Reinhold reloads it, Caine, who walks forward and kills one of the wolf riders, then gate crashes away. But before he did that, he cast heightened reflexes on the boom howlers, which run forward and do Call of Defiance, 4 up tough. The Black 13th walk forward, and Ryan tries to shoot a Made Storm at the Stalker, which he can see through the medium bases, and misses and gets an excellent scatter, which scatters across the water and kills about 5 blood trackers, which is a brilliant start to the game. Alexia moves forward, turns the left hand Risen that was deployed all by itself to the left into a Thrall Warrior, which runs to engage one of the Wolf Riders. So circle turn 2, the Wolf Riders kill the Thrall Warrior and manage to cause a tough check on a gun mage. The Stalker on the left uses Lightning Strike to go in, kill a gun mage or so, and then walk up back. The blood trackers in the centre get a run charge order. The ones that aren't obstructed by the Mage Storm charge in and fail to do much to the Rangers really. I think they kill 1 or 2, and the rest just run. The Stalker on the right walks for prowl again, and the Skinwalkers move forward a bit more, with a few of them towing the hill for a bit of extra defence. Morvahna keeps Fog of War up, and I believe she keeps Carnivore up as well. So Signar turn 2, the Stalker on the left didn't walk for prowl this turn, it walked for Berserk, so I'm thinking I could possibly remove it if Caine can get reload from Reinhold. I measured my control area and it looks close, and there's a few models in the way, so I have to activate things in order to try and get that done. The Boom Howlers on the right do Call of Defiance again for 4 up tough and attack the Skinwalkers. They don't really achieve much. A combination of an Iron Holt and the Black 13th kill a Skinwalker that was unengaged, and Ryan attempts to put a Mage Storm on the Black Clad, but it scatters way off. The Rangers continue to fight against the blood trackers in the centre. I think they kill a couple of them. And I move Alexia up and create a thrall warrior that charges the gallows grove and kills it. The Sentinel walks forward and shoots at Wolf Riders and misses. So with the lane clear, Reinhold tries to get in and is not in range to reload Caine, so I decide against using my feet this turn, so Caine instead walks forward and pumps all of his shots into the Gorax and kills it, and then gate crashes back. The gun mages then shoot into the Stalker and using Thunderbolt manage to get a crit and knock him down, and they spike their damage as well and do some fairly decent damage. Circle turn 3. eMorvahna forces the Stalker on the left to stand up and then activates, uses her feet and brings back everything except for the Gorax, which can't be brought back from the feet. She places the Gallows Grove that she returned off on the right near the Boom Howlers and casts Lightning Strike on the Stalker on the left. The Stalker on the left goes in and attacks some Rangers and then walks back to where you see him now. The Wolf Riders kill the Thrall Warrior and try to hurt the Sentinel but fail. The Blood Trackers continue attacking the Rangers and finish them off and transfer their prey target across to the Gun Mages. Stalker on the right warps for Prowl and attacks Boom Howlers, killing a couple. They don't get tough rolls because of the Gallows Grove nearby. The Skinwalkers though have a terrible time trying to hit that defense 12 of the trolls, and the ones that do hit I manage to tough, so they don't really get much done. And the Black Clad sprays and only manages to kill Risen, fails to hit the members of the Black 13th. Signar turn 3. Eris walks forward and tries to make some melee attacks into the Blood Trackers to try and remove Carnivore, which was stopping Alexia from getting as many corpses. Due to the remove from play, she fails to hit. The Sentinel then walks up, tries to take a few shots and fails to hit anything. Anaya tries to put harm onto the Stalker but fails to hit because it's in combat, and then Holt shoots and kills the Blackclad. The Gun Mages attack some Blood Trackers, and then Alexia, who had popped and risen up behind some of the Blood Trackers, the Risen kill the Blood Trackers, and then she crafts one of them into a Thrall Warrior which charges the Stalker and cranks the dice and does some pretty decent damage to it. Caine then gets a reload from Reinhold, charges the Stalker, uses his feet to kill it, and then gate crashes with exactly the right amount of focus left to do this back behind the forest to safety. Boom Howlers flail at the Skinwalkers but don't really achieve much. Squire and Junior move to get in the way just in case of circle shenanigans trying to kill Caine. Circle turn 4. On the right hand side, the Skinwalkers reduce the Boom Howlers down to just 2. The Wolf Riders attack the Sentinel and do some fairly decent damage, but it's all across lots of columns, so no systems taken down. The Stalker goes in and makes attacks, but we realise that his spirit is out, so he can't be forced. The Blood Trackers continue to kill Gun Mages and make them fail a command check. And then eMorvahna casts Death Knell through the Gallows Grove at the Squire, killing it instantly, doing a couple of points of damage to the Journeyman, killing a Risen and killing Lynch. Watts had previously died on another turn, but nobody cared enough to mention it. Signar turn 4. Alexia brings 9 Risen into play this turn. Combination of the Journeyman Warcaster and Ryan managed to kill the Skinwalker UA. The gun mages fail to rally, and then just after I've done that I realised Rupert can just give them fearless and tough, and that wouldn't have been an issue and they could have activated this turn. So dumb mistake there. The Sentinel walks out of combat with one of the Wolf Riders and takes a free strike, damaging him, and then takes a free strike from the Stalker, which finishes him off. But conveniently far enough away from the Stalker that the Stalker's not going to get cover from his rack marker because he died at reach range. Caine then gets his reload, walks forward, shoots down and kills the Stalker, and then has enough remaining bullets to kill one of the Wolf Riders and then gatecrash away. Alexia and the Risen then tie up the remaining Wolf Riders, and the ones that popped up behind Blood Trackers CMA to finish off the Blood Trackers. They also kill the Gallows Grove. The Boom Howlers go in on the Skinwalkers but fail their terror check and just stand there looking dumb. Circle turn 5. The Skinwalkers finish off the Boom Howlers, and one of them space to base with a flag, and because they're still above half they will be scoring this turn. eMorvahna moves round to the right, knowing that she needs to stay out of Caine's threat range. One of the Wolf Riders tries to get a free strike to try and get some sort of shot into Caine, but dies from a Risen's free strike, and the other one doesn't want to tempt fate and stays in combat with the Risen and kills one, I think. Signar turn 5. Knowing that I don't have anything that can get within range to contest the right hand flag, the best plan I could come up with was to kill enough so his unit isn't large enough to control the flag anymore. So a combination of Holt, the Journeyman Warcaster, and Ryan kill 2 of the Skinwalkers. Caine just runs behind the obstruction to hopefully pop out next turn and finish the game should it be needed. The Journeyman Warcaster and Iris run to base move to base the other 2 flags. Alexia's Risen, that was engaged with the remaining Wolf Rider, took a free strike, and then Alexia killed it with a boosted hand cannon shot. So that scores me 2 points this turn. Circle turn 6. The Skinwalkers move up and don't do much. eMorvahna charges and kills the Journeyman Warcaster, but doesn't kill Ryan, so can't score on that flag. And I score again on the left hand flag, putting it on 4-1. Signar turn 6, and Caine just pops out from behind the obstruction and shoots and kills eMorvahna for a Signar victory. Although this was a Signar victory, it's worth noting that had we been playing on Death Clock, I would have clocked a couple of turns before. My tablet was being used to keep track of the clock, and it ran out of battery during the game, and I was significantly down on clock compared to my opponent. But he was gracious enough a player to decide that we just should carry on playing for the fun anyway and see where the game would go.